Welcome back to another wonderful property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Scottsdale, Arizona again, looking at another gorgeous luxury home. And this time we have another model home by Toll Brothers. Now, starting on the exterior, family, we do have that desert contemporary look. You have the stucco, stacked stone, and some accents. Then you have the lush landscaping, as you can see. Right over there to the right is your 3-car garage. It is operating as a sales office. And over here to the left, you do have the multi-gen suite. Now, before we continue, you see that you have an additional area out here, so perfect for hanging out, relaxing. And then I'll turn you around so you can see the beautiful mountains. Love that. Okay, so let me get around here and then we'll go ahead and continue. Now, as we do continue right here, you see our covered front porch right here connected to our multi-gen suite. We'll see that in just a moment. And then right over here to the left, you do have that fountain feature. But I really love the maturity as far as the trees are concerned. And then, of course, you can imagine sitting here every single day and seeing that incredible mountain right there. Now, also, you see there is plenty of parking available here. But if this was your primary residence, then that's going to determine how you best situate this driveway. And then I'll go ahead and slowly turn you around and get you inside. Look at this. As soon as you walk in, it smells incredible. So look at the breathing room that you have in here. Love that. So you see the accent wall on this side. You have the enormous sliders that you can take advantage of. That's going to lead you to your courtyard. You see your accent wall right behind your bed. And then you got a desk over there, your nightstand, you got a sitting area over here. And then of course that slat wall panel right there. So that's a king size bed, just for reference. Then right over here, you have an additional bar area. You see your built-in wine fridge. You got the floating shelving right here and the natural stone accent wall and counters. You got a huge walk-in closet, as you can see, tile flooring inside of the gen suite, the multi-gen suite. And then look at this. So you see, as far as the shower surround right here, so matching material that we had just seen, and then the countertop in here inside of the bathroom. Impressive. And then of course you got your pendant light hanging down. So love that. But we're gonna go ahead and go right back out and walk in like we're touring it for the first time, because we are. All right, incredible views. I'm obsessed with Arizona. Now, walking straight here through the walkway, this is going to lead you to the courtyard if you haven't guessed it just yet. But in here, look at the stacked stone continuing, beautiful zen-like feel, extremely peaceful. That tranquility is present. Okay, so now a nice open courtyard, perfect for getting some sun. Right now it is a little cloudy, but it feels fantastic out here. Now, since we are on this side, I'll just show you this. You see it leads you to your backyard. Right over here, you have an additional fountain feature and a sitting area. And then you're surrounded by landscaping. So we've seen that so far. We haven't even got into the main properties. So now right over here, you see you have your iron door with your glass panes inside. Really cozy and intimate. And let's get you inside. Okay. So as soon as you walk in right here, you see the stacked stone accent wall again. But I love how cozy and intimate it is, but at the same time, extremely open. So I'll turn you around right over here so you can see the front door, and then we'll go ahead and continue. So right over here to the left, you see your sconces illuminating your artwork. And then over here, you have a flex room, extremely flexible. You have 12-foot ceilings. Then you see the double-sided fireplace, family. And if that's not enough, you go ahead and open up the sliding doors, leading you to your courtyard. So let me know in the comments if you like the staging, if you would change anything in the property. Okay, so since we are on this side of the property, let's go ahead and continue right here. And that way you get a full scope. So you have your powder bath right here, quartzite countertops. Look at the under cabinet lighting. You see your wallpaper surrounding all 4 sides. And then that beautiful floating mirror right there. So you know in Toll Brothers, a lot of the doors are locked for safety reasons. So if the door is unlocked, you know I'll make sure to go ahead and open that for you. Okay, so let's do a full pan and then we'll continue in the great room. Incredible. Okay, so heading inside of here, again, the 12-foot ceilings, as you can see. Then you see the stacked stone accent wall that we had just seen inside of the foyer. The double-sided fireplace, so this gives you a complete idea. And then I'll continue on this side. Look at the wood trim that you see, the corner sliders leading you to your backyard oasis. I'm glad it is open so you can really get a full scope of what it would be like to live in here. Outstanding. We'll see the backyard patio in just a moment and get a load of this. Beautiful. So now heading inside of the kitchen, you see the double islands, quartzite countertops. Look at the pendant lights hanging down above both islands. I love that. Oftentimes you don't see that. You see it on one or the other. But now heading right over here. Look at this, family. So you have high-end appliances. You see your stainless steel vent hood, stacked cabinets surrounding the entire kitchen. You got your sink inside of your island, but look at this. I could get used to this. I hope you're in the same boat. Now, as always, let's open up some of these drawers for you so that way you can see how much storage you have, and then we'll go ahead and continue. You see the two-tone countertops here, the accent lighting underneath, and plenty of storage. Beautiful. So you see the matching backsplash. I would just add the pot filler. I know you folks agree with me on that, but other than that, beautiful. Okay, so right over here to the left, you do have the Wolf appliances, as you can see. And let's open up the refrigerator. A ton of storage in there to work with. Now, as we do continue, we're going to our dining area. So you see it's more of an open concept dining area in this instance. If you wanted to use that first initial room, the flex room, as a dining room, this is going to be more of a breakfast nook, just depending on how you situate it. But then you have an additional bar area right over here with your wine fridge. Love that. But look at the amount of breathing room again that I had mentioned earlier inside of each and every one of the rooms, right? So from the flex room, the great room, the kitchen, just overall impressive. Okay, so I'm going to show you this angle real quick and then we'll go ahead and continue. So right over here, you see, you got your walk-in pantry, the glass door that Toll Brothers is known for. So adequate storage, as you can see. Now, straight ahead, that would be where your garage would be coming in from, or, you know, in this instance, you have more of a drop zone, but that is a sales office. And look at the laundry room. So you see the tile flooring in here. That's been a common theme in here, the double stackable washer and dryer. So apparently there's a lot of laundry that needs to be done out here. I mean, I don't blame them, especially with the heat. But you see, you got a ton of cabinets, the same material right over here to the left as well. And of course, this would be your coat closet coming in from your garage. Look at the long hallway here, extremely elegant. We'll start right over here to the right in our first bedroom. Okay, so right there, that is a double bed, but you do have your two nightstands. You see that you still have space between both of those, so you could add a queen bed if you wanted to. You have white oak floors in here. You see you have a double entry closet right over here. Not quite a walk-in, but you do have ample storage. So in here, I'm getting more of that minimalist vibe. Inside of here, as you can see, you see your nightstands, your dresser. So you do have a ton of space. And then open this up. Look at the floor to ceiling shower surround, neutral colors, and that Really complements the quartzite counters in here. And look at that. Every single window, you get to take advantage of those incredible mountains. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and continue. You'll notice that theme as well as far as the wood trim in certain walkways. Now heading right over here to the right, our next bedroom. I love how they staged it differently. You got your bunk bed right over here. Gives you an idea of what you could do. And if you ever get a chance to purchase a Toll Brothers and then you're in the market and there just so happens to be a model home for sale, sometimes, often more times than not, the furniture usually is included with the price. So if you didn't want to worry about the hassle of hiring an interior designer or something like that, that'd be your best bet. And then you see the wood slat accent wall again right over here. Beautiful. So you have the separate bathroom and closet. I'll show you that in just a moment. Look at that hexagon tile floor to ceiling shower surrounding here. You do got the shower niche, so I love to see that. And then here you got the quartz countertops in the same mirror that we've been seeing. Okay. And then in here, you do have the walk-in closet. So love the amount of storage that you have in here. Okay, so we'll just make our way around right over here. To the right, you're gonna have an additional storage closet. Look at the accent wall. Really complementing the entire property. We've been seeing that quite often. Now, what you and I have been looking forward to right over here, family. So we'll head straight back here and then we'll make our way around the perimeter. Look at that. So you got your king size bed, your 2 nightstands. Look at the stacked stone accent wall that we've been seeing. Even the wood paneling ceiling. Really neat. I love the large windows overlooking the scenic views. Absolutely impressive. So then of course, you open up the sliding doors in here, have that access to that covered backyard patio. And then of course the infinity edge pool. Wait till we get to that in just a moment. Look at the tiling. Okay, so right over here to the right, looking at our closet, family. Look at the built-ins that you got. Of course, you can add some additional shelving in here if you need more storage space. But then on both sides, you have a ton of room. And let me know if this is enough storage for you. And then I'm going to address this now because I will get a comment. It never fails. And I just want to make sure that you know the doors are off the hinges just for accessibility, okay? It's all love though. Okay. Look at the primary suite, family. Freestanding tub. Look at that. You see straight out there. Love that. Multiple zen areas to take advantage of. You see the glass enclosed walk-in shower. You got his and her sinks. I'll turn you around right over here. You see that wood trim as soon as you enter in here. And then the accent lighting down there. Beautiful. Right over here to the right, you do have your water closet, but let's go ahead and take a look at our walk-in shower. So a shower that has it all. You have your shower bench, your shower niche, you see the wand right there, and then my favorite word, zero threshold. Love that. So this is just to give you an idea as your shower right here. And then you see the flat panel cabinet fronts again inside of here. So that uniformity, how we'll talk about often, is present. And then if that's not enough for you, family, look at this flex room right over here. So we've seen 2 flex rooms. I love that. Your built-ins right over here. So if you still wanted that privacy, you close the primary suite off and head right here. You still have the tranquility. Maybe you need to take a breather. Maybe you need to watch, football for whatever reason, and you don't really need distractions. And then you see you have your egress windows in here. And this is all one suite, family. So there's a door separating all of this off right here. So I really love that. Okay. So it looks like we about covered everything except for the backyard. Let's do one more full pan and then we'll continue. So this is an all-inclusive house, family. I don't know what more you could add to this house to make it even more appealing. Now, this plan in particular, you can have 4 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, depending on if you're building from scratch or you're choosing from a spec home. So there is a lot of versatility with it as well. So heading back out here, give you an idea of the sliding doors. You see the stucco continues this way. You have the accent wall straight back there, as well as the stacked stone. Look at your infinity edge pool right over here. You see the turf. Look at this, family. Perfect to relax. More of that cabana-like look over there. And then your built-in grill over here. So a ton of room to host, to entertain, to bring the family over. And then I've talked about this previously, but if it's something where you're moving to a brand new city, right, and you don't have a lot of friends or family over here, you buy a house like this, you're gonna make a lot of friends. You see your beverage fridge right over here? And then a ton of counter space. And then this will just give you a better idea. This will lead you right back to that courtyard, your sitting area right here. You still have some more turf to take advantage of. And look at the beautiful landscaping. Perfection. So you have plenty of space right here. This will be leading you from your dining area to the patio. And then if that's not enough, you have your private patio straight back here from your primary retreat. Wow. And of course, the incredible mountains surrounding this entire property. Right over here to the right, you see you can have a nice little bonfire. Love the glass railings, your Rasmussen fireballs here. And then we didn't even get over there to your lounging area. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful luxury home right here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular model by Toll Brothers. Is this something you could see yourself in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour.